Hello everybody and welcome to this video. On this video I'm going to be feeding all my small anemones and corals, such as the large one back there, these two guys here, there's a little baby one that's on that rock right there, these two guys, that guy there, and there's three over there, and I feed them through a syringe, and basically these are brine shrimp, or as some people more commonly know them as sea monkeys. So basically it comes in a giant pack that is frozen, and I take the frozen food, I defrost it into a dish, and then suck it up with a syringe, and yeah, very carefully squirt a little bit at each anemone that I have within my tank. And it's pretty fun to watch them eat, because when you squirt it at them, they close up. That's how they catch their food. There's also one on the back side that's really hard to see. And of course, whatever is floating around, the fish will have no problem consuming. So typically whenever I feed my anemones within my tank, I always try to make that about the same time I would normally feed the fish. So that way you're not feeding them both flake food and also feeding them the brine shrimp, so they're not overeating. As you can probably barely see, that one is kind of closing up already. So this one, you can see how they take their little tentacles and they enwrap them, whatever it is that is caught within them, and they consume it. If they don't like it, whatever it is that is trapped within them, they simply release it. So, there are anemones out there that will consume fish, so as always, buyer beware. Make sure you are paying attention to what it is that you're buying before you buy it, because you never know what you're buying may necessarily, be fish friendly. Such as for clownfish, everybody wants to buy them so they can have their clownfish and anemone symbolic bonding that they have, which is pretty fun to watch. But you gotta watch out, because sometimes some anemones, depending on what they are, will close up on the clownfish and you just lost your fish. Now these guys will be a lot more better to watch. Did you see that? This little guy on the side. A lot of people argue about whether the fact you have to feed your anemones or not. And truth be told, yeah, actually you do. Do they rely on the food as their main staple source of food? No. They have within them a photosynthesis that takes place. I'll get into that more in another video. But they do have something within them that allows them to create algae within themselves, and that's what is their primary diet of consuming. This little worm's trying to steal the food. Get back. And we'll take this and turn it real quick. Hopefully my crab's not inside there and I don't get my finger pinched. Blink. Take and turn this rock around. Hello, Jacques. What are you doing underneath there? He's like, what are you doing? There we go. This is my bubble tip enemy. Just kind of squirt it around, let all the food hit the tentacles. And whatever's left within the syringe, I just squirt it out. And these guys go back crap crazy, eating it all up. But if you're paying attention, you see how that enemy is closing up. You can see right here there's a swelling up, and the reason why it's swelling up is because he is pulling himself within himself. Does that make sense? Basically, there is a mouth that is in the center, and it opens up extremely largely, and they fold their tentacles within, and then the mouth will basically scrape off the food that is collected. There's that worm trying to steal food. Get. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and always remember, happy reefing, happy life. Say bye, Dory.